Doing well. So in the previous video, we built a simple RAG pipeline using the LlamaIndex 5 lines of code using their high levels API. So today we are going to trying to further customize it. Let's see. Okay. So today we are going to save our index so that we don't get charged for the embeddings price again and again. Okay. So let's see how I've already ran this code. So yeah, this is pretty much referred to from the previous code. Now let's save it. Index dot storage context dot persist, I think, and equals storage. Let's see if yeah, we have all these embeddings, doc store. This is all we don't have any images at the moment. So yeah. Okay. So now we have our index. So the next time if we have to load our index, we don't need to, load from and build our embeddings again. We can just import load index from storage. Yeah. Okay. So storage context is equal to, oh yeah, I also need to import the storage context. Okay. Context and index is equal to, okay. In fact, let's just first empty the index dot delete. Okay, I think form method. Okay, now let's see if I have something at index dot somebody. Okay, so I don't have anything at the moment in the index. Now let's see what happens if we load the index from our storage context. Index is equal to load index from storage context. Okay, similarity, it's pretty much same. Where does John go for hiking? Let's see. Yeah, John goes to hiking for goes hiking in the Margalla Hills. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much the same as the previous one. So which means that yes, our index was loaded up successfully and then it was used against the question to answer it. Okay, so this is basically storing the index. Apart from storing the index in memory, we can also use a different vector store. So if you want to use a different vector store, you can, for testing purposes, I'm using Llama in ChromaDB. So for ChromaDB, ChromaDB, open source vector store. So basically, this is an open source vector store, so you won't have any issues installing this. It's basically a vector store, but it's basically a self-hosted vector store, so you won't need to pay for any hosting services or anything or something like that. I've already installed it, so I already have this one. And as for the next step, I also had it I ran the code and I already had it in my storage. It's basically, if you use the persist method, you pretty much have it inside your storage. So I'm going to use ChromaDB and build a vector store index on top of it. Okay, now let's go from here and storage context and yeah, and from LlamaIndex dot core input the vectors to the index. Okay, simple load. Okay, so I need to load from a command. Okay. Okay. So now what you can do is from LlamaIndex dot vector stores dot chroma input Chroma vector store. Yeah. Okay, vector store, Chroma vector store. Okay. Now the next step is you can import ChromaDB, and then you can use LlamaIndex and dot core import storage context. Okay, so moving forward, we can do is uh, here is the code. I've done some testing, and I have saved the code into a new collection using the persistent client from ChromaDB. Okay. Yeah, so basically I already had this collection, so it's totally fine. Let's create a new collection. And yep, we have this. Okay. With fast mathematics and automation, yeah, we have. So now if you want to list our collections, and we can use the Chroma client to list our collections, and yes, we have 2 and 3. So coming back to our original code, we can edit the our collection name, and then we can use it from as a vector store, and then to query engine, and then to actually query from the from using ChromaDB. Now we can always print the response source nodes. Let's just print the source nodes. Yeah. So we basically have 2 source nodes. Yeah. So basically this is how we can, add a different vector store to our ChromaDB. Okay. So now, okay, we've already done if we want to fetch more context. So this is basically how we'll do it more Chroma index. Okay. Streaming the response, we just need to first, let's just load our index, then come back over here and let's run the query engine, and boom, we have the streaming response. Now what we can do is we can combine basically this streaming response with our uh just a sec, with our further fast API, and then we can have it we can have it completed, so that we can further work our way. uh, Now we can do a really short tutorial, but how this would work is, okay, let's just quickly go to the code. And so basically this is a very simple code that I have built on top of a streaming response, response gen, and we're using the yield method. So that's pretty common while using the stream. We're using the streaming response from fast API, and let's run the code. Test.py. Okay, so yeah, let's see. Okay, we have the hello, and now let's ask it to go. Now this is really useful if you want to capture the attention of your users. So yeah, this can be, like, it will take around 3 seconds if you wait for the complete response, or 4 seconds maybe sometimes, or for longer responses. But if you start streaming responses, you can start getting tokens from maybe even 1 second, maybe 2 seconds. So that's really helpful. So yeah, that's it from today's tutorial. So see you guys in the next one.